Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ljósvarpið. I have a very special guest with me today. Her name is Lára Stefánsdóttir, Icelandic beauty and dancer, and dance choreographer, and an instructor in Pilates, and a lot more, of course. I always remember, Laura, welcome. I'm just going to say welcome to you. Because we lived in the same neighborhood. And I don't think even you are aware of it, maybe. We lived in Savamýri. And I lived in the big house on the bottom and you on the top. There were 4 of them in a row. And I remember I looked at your family in awe because I always thought of you as the beautiful family.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I really thought, oh, they are so beautiful and they're so graceful and strong. And I got to know your sister, your older sister, Ragnhildur, just a little bit. So, and she was always so composed and so kind and calm. And I thought of you. And then, of course, my parents also knew your parents.
Yes.
And then, of course, you were younger than I, so we didn't get to meet as children in that sense. But I followed you then as a dancer, as a beautiful dancer. And but from a distance, a little bit, of course. And then we meet again now, just this year, or last year, actually. So it's been a pleasure having you in my company, like I say. So, but I'm so curious to know about you and everything that you have accomplished, because for me, you are a hero in the dancing world. I mean, you've done so many beautiful things, and we were looking at a video with both of us in the same show.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Some years ago.
Just a few years ago.
Just a few years ago.
Yes. Yeah. So tell me something about about you and your upbringing and how it happened that you chose the dance, the ballet.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your beautiful words. And I'm also grateful, before I start to tell you my dance story, that I got to know you now last month, because of you have helped me a lot to bring out my voice, which has been my dream, actually. If I wouldn't have been a dancer, I think I would have loved to be a singer. And it has happened that I have worked a lot with singers, actually, through the years. So maybe it's some connections to the voice. And it has helped me so much, how your technique, how to bring out the voice and to listen what your voice is telling you. But the reason I chose the dance as a profession is that I was dancing since I remember. And I was very joyful as a child, always I wanted everything to be so joyful and happy, and in my family. And I'm the youngest one. And we have 3 sisters, and I'm the youngest. We have 1 brother. And you were saying that we looked so fine, and I'm very grateful to my mother, who passed away 2014 because she got a brain cancer. But she always wanted us to look nice. She did our clothes, actually. She made it all, and so we were always looking the same with sisters and all that, But I was dancing all the time. And when we see videos of the family where we are out in the country or somewhere, I'm the one who is always there doing something, jumps and something, and then even my parents, they're from Ísafjörður, where I was born. I was born in Ísafjörður, and my mother was living there until she was 18. And there even I had a show, and people had to pay a little bit, you know, to see me dance in the dining room. But that was my first show, sort of. And I was wearing my grandmother's night dress, or, you know, for the dance. And then I was only like maybe 7 or something. And then I went to the National Ballet School in Iceland when I was 9, but I started in a private school before. And I was very young when I got like a contract with the Iceland Dance Company.
Okay.
And that's sort of, I was there. I was with the Iceland Dance Company since 18 years old. I started there, and with some pauses, I was away from the company. It's like I have 2 sons when I was pregnant. And yeah, and then I had a car accident when I had been in the company for maybe 2 years, and we just had a premiere of a Fröken Juliet by Birgit Kullberg, and then I was away for a whole year, and then I went to the university. I'm really like a time organizer. I have to use the time all the time, you know, like, yeah, when I'm here, okay, my leg is broken, what can I do to build myself up? You know, I went to university. I went to the Guðfræði for some
theosophy, I think you say.
Yeah, for a few months, but then I was quite restless there, you know, and you know, but still, I think it was in my, when I see the whole picture, that was really the reason for I started to choreograph. When I had the car accident, I sort of started to know my body better. I had to have a nail in my leg for 6 months, and it was very painful when they took the nail out again. You know, they had to like, oh, it was like it has to grown into my bones or something in my hip. And but I was started to work with the nail in my leg. I did my training nearly every day, you know. I started to, in 3 weeks, with the nail, I was starting to do like lying on the floor exercises, because I was so sure that was the only thing I could think of that was dancing. And yeah, and as I said, I was discovering new moves and everything with the nail in my leg. So, and I already started to choreograph a lot after the nail got out. and I remember, because I was already then, I did my first thing in a children play. I did the choreography in a children play when I was 21. And when I was 21, I thought, I always remember, I thought I was like an old woman, you know, not old woman, but like very mature, you know. And yeah, in a way, in the years, I feel more the teenager in me, because I never lived the teenager in the dance world, you know. When I was teenager, 15, 14, I was thinking of what I ate. I want to be as thin as I could, and, you know, and all my process in getting mature, getting the breast and all that, you know, that started when I was 19 or 20 or something. I had to take some hormone pills to get all that stuff starting. And yeah, so after that accident, I was on point shoes actually the year after.
Wow.
After yeah, because I was just really
very determined.
Yes, and maybe sometimes I think it's like, you know, this strong will of hope and
drive.
Yes, drive maybe, and believing in your dreams sort of has carried me up again in the things which have been, when things have been difficult in life, you know, it's we should dance, you know, or sing,
It's what
or move, get the energy out in some way, you know.
exactly. That was actually, I mean, you answered some of the questions I was going to ask you, or you, so partly, but that was one of my question I was going to ask you, because you have a lot of power. You are very energetic. You are very focused, a focused person. You are very, I perceive you also organized, and you have like focused intentions, and you follow suit, and which is a really great, like you say, it's something that has saved you through a lot of probably challenges in life. And also I think it's a little similar what I have with my voice.
Yeah.
I would not, because sometimes, you know, my age, you start thinking, gosh, am I ever going to stop singing? Am I ever going to lose my voice?
Mm-hmm.
And actually my Russian pianist said, Sola, you're going to sing until you die. You're going to keep the voice,
Yes.
you know, till the end.
Yeah.
Because it's because I'm like you, I'm focused on the technique, and I'm focused on the health,
Yeah.
which keeps it going.
Yeah.
But also, like you're saying, is this is my tool to express
Yes.
and work through my emotions. And I can
Yeah.
imagine for you, it's the dancing. Also, like a kid, you start already expressing through
Yeah.
your movements and
Yeah,
so on.
exactly. And it's a little bit also the love and hate
Yes.
in this too, in the dance. And it's like when you get, like, you feel you're rejected, you don't get this role, or you don't get something and you feel like rejected, you get like this hate thing, but still always the love takes over. And that's what I'm so grateful for, that the love in my heart for dance is still there, even if I have been going through all kinds of negative things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I forget to dance, even if I know that would be the helping tool, you know.
Exactly.
And also, as you said, it's the age, you know, and but actually now, I think even when you get like a point when you're in a classical dance, it's like when you're 40, okay, you should stop dancing.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you mix it into the modern, and you think you still use the technique, you know, and you're gonna use your classical technique, but express it in a different way, as a mature person with an experience, a mature dancer, then it can be interesting, you know.
Yeah,
and I think, and when you
absolutely.
do it from the heart, I think you can always give something if you have been working on it, keep the health, keep you in form, shape, you know, and do it from that perspective, that, you know.
Yes.
And as you said, I was seeing an old interview with me after the accident, because where I was on point shoes, you know, I took the yellow tutu on and took some pose, and then I saw that I was saying to this interviewer, if I would not dance, my dream is to work with people to help them with their health, and help, because I think the health is the most important in life. And I say this when I'm 22, and I was so happy to see that now I'm 58, and I think, okay, this is actually what I'm doing today. I'm helping people with their health, with the
Through
Pilates.
the Pilates, yes,
Yes, Pilates.
absolutely.
And also with my, yeah, I because I can see also the health is just not only to work on the muscles, you know. It's it has to be the flow in the body. You have to find the barriers. I mean, if you're stuck in the shoulders, it's difficult to, you have to then find all the modifications in the body you're working with. you know, and also that the person will also discover that you can always move and do these exercises, but you just do it in your way.
Yes, absolutely.
That move, eat well, rest. You know, I think that these are so important things to keep balanced.
Yes. See, because it's a similar thing. Like my voice, like I've been also telling you about, is that the better you know the voice, because the mucous membrane in the body is like a compass also. If the voice is dry or whatever is happening that comes through stress and all kinds of stuff, if the voice is not pure, you know there is something wrong. And of course, if you are a professional singer, you know, can't sing the high notes, can't sing the pianissimo or the low notes or whatever. So you notice immediately every change in the mucous membrane. And for you, it's the body, it's the movements in the body that you can scan everything through that. It's so interesting, and it's a great tool to have and help people to become aware of it.
Yes, to be aware of how their posture is, and the body language also, as the voice tells so much about how you feel, what you have experienced, how you see life, your attitude. But I think to be a singer is the hardest thing because you can hear the one note which goes out of tune, you know. But in dance, you can when you're experienced, hide it, you know, the mistakes. And also people are, it is different. You know, there's so many things happening in the move, and you can, fake it a little bit more.
It's different. You know what? When I was in the States, when I took my education, the first year I took ballet lessons. I took ballet when I was a child, and I was very untalented. my body wasn't. I think so. I wasn't flexible enough. I have a very short, long legs and a rather short back, but so I wasn't very talented. But I did every day. We took ballet lessons every day, except of course weekends. For a whole year, just to get the posture and get the feel for the body. Of course, the voice, our body is our instrument.
Yes.
And I remember my ballet teacher, she wasn't impressed with me, but because and I realized, because I think it was, I realized how hard it is. It was very interesting because you look at it on the stage and what are they doing? They're just moving the feet, and it looks so easy and graceful, and then when you start doing this every day for a whole year, you realize how hard this footwork is. And like I say, I wasn't very talented. The only thing I remember was I was good at jumping. I used to jump in the hallway at my home. And so we had to jump through the hall, and then she said, "Great, Sola." That was the only time that I got a compliment. But for me, it was so wonderful, because when I went to ballet shows, I could understand what they were doing. Just by watching, gave me great joy to understand what the ballet dancer was going through. But I wanted to ask you, because it's, of course, you said that when you were a teenager, you hardly had any normal teenager years. I can imagine, because it's such a discipline work you have to, and like you say, watch your diet and how you sleep and everything. Is you mentioned also the negative sides. We're not gonna dive into a negative wave, but something that you would like to change, if about what you went through, something that you would approach differently, for example.
Yes, I think competition is necessary in a way, you know. If you're to yourself, I mean that. Well, I was director of the National Ballet School here for 3 years, and my aim was to bring more like joy into the dance, into the shows, you know. The parents, they really talked about, they found it was more like happiness in the dancing of the children and all that. And everyone was, I felt happy what they were doing, you know, their roles in the show and that, you know. But I think also we can always do better, maybe to just talk about things somehow. And so one doesn't have to question yourself all the time, why not me, or why not this? If we can just in like about saying, okay, you are this character, you're this type of dancer, and for this type maybe you would do this, it would be great to have you this and that, you know what I mean? So it's not like, well, like in the dance companies, it's like in the classical dance companies, it's like you see even in the musicals auditions, it's just put list on, you know, and these are chosen, and the other ones, they don't know why they were not, you know. Well, I think just somehow we are too much questioning ourselves instead of just talk about it and think, oh, I don't think so, you know, or why, you know, I think we are afraid to express that we feel bad about rejected or bad about this and that, instead of just when we talk about things somehow, as you say, with the voice or sing it out, you know, whatever. That if we, I think just maybe we need more like open discussions somehow, without feeling that you are not, that you are not feeling bad about it, that you want to express these negative feelings, that you always have to be happy and, you know, and oh, you know, because and feel the support. I think, you know, actually I'm very grateful, for example, for my parents. They supported me a lot in this, but they never like pushed me. I always sort of did it my way, you know, and they always believed in what I did, and they always stand by my side. You know, they're not like showing me, you know, if I didn't, you know, maybe, you know, it was about maybe the critics, you know. I know when they were very good critics, my mother phoned me, you know, very happy. But when she didn't phone, I thought, okay, now it's not a good critic.
You didn't read them yourself,
no,
maybe.
But, so I think it. But then I was thinking it would have been nice, you know, also get the phone call, even if it's a bad critic, you know, and talk about, but it was maybe because I remember it was a very popular actress in Iceland. She said, you never remember the good critics, you just remember the bad ones, you know.
It's a
I think that's in the human nature, that we take too much the negative, and we think, you know, even it was only maybe twice or a few times, and it's like, you know, this is why this, and you know that, and it's only one person's opinion, you know, what's in the but I think that has changed though. I mean, it was maybe more in the older day. I don't know about what people think about that.
But I think also I think it is like you say, maybe if we are maybe strived or pushed as artists, both singers in the opera world. It's such competition, such comparison, constant, and a very also unhealthy atmosphere with backstabbing and not talking to each other, and all kinds of corruption as well, glamour and ego flips, and all of these things I'm sure also exist in the dancing world. So like you say, you say, like, just like me, everybody should sing, everybody should use the voice, and you exactly say everybody should dance. And
everybody can dance, and everybody should take that out of themselves, but then, you know, but I don't think everyone can call him as a professional, as a, you know, like I'm a dancer.
No.
Or I would never say I'm a singer, you know, because I am not. But I think that's a little bit overused actually today, that everyone is that or this without having technique or, you know. So I think we have to a little bit think more of the quality. It's like I think the quality is very important for me, at least. And and of course we have different standard of what we think what is quality. Absolutely. That's also due to our experience, you know, what we think is quality, because we know that very unexperienced audience or for dance, they think maybe a show they see is high qualification, they love it, and they love to see it, and maybe very high standard person is not think this is a terrible show, you know. So in that sense, you know, it's difficult to, we can't have any rules about it. But I think it's very important that every artist, if every, when you were asking me what we can change about like the competition or like negative things, that if we are more aware that to work on ourselves, that if when one feel that you are getting more into this balance, and to keep yourself in balance is a constant work, but when one is a balance, then all these negative things, they are not bothering you, they are not distracting issue.
Yes.
When you feel the peace in yourself.
Exactly.
And I had a artist director, Hlíf Savas. Actually, I remember what she said. She said, you know, the dancer should think of his instrument, not think of this instrument, you know, another dancer. That's his instrument. Don't think of how he is doing. That you have to concentrate. What can I do better? How is my instrument? How can I use my instrument the best?
Yes.
Because we have all different instruments.
Absolutely.
And all this comparison, you know, it's killing. And I do it sometimes, you know, still, to suddenly compare something, and why am I? That's stupid to do it in that sense, you know. But still, this is a human weakness to, you know, to start.
I also think it is not only human weakness. I think it is also what we are programmed.
Yes, that's the thing.
Yes,
exactly.
So all this, like I say, competition and all this comparison, and it's a very good from Hlíf to exactly say that you want to be better dancer, or me, a singer, ourselves. So what I compare to is myself and not other people.
Yes.
And then, of course, there is a fine line of that is also tricky, is when are you a professional singer, and when you are an amateur singer, and and professional singer, then you are dedicating your life to the singing, so it's
exactly, because I think it's like, also when a dancer is started to think too much about the roof above him, you know, the institution, everything. Why is he doing this and that, and then the rule, you know, then you are stopping to nurture your own instrument. You're getting out of that, and you lose the balance in your chakras and all that stuff, you know, where it's so important to bring on stage. And you can see on a performer if he is in a balance or not. Well, I think I can. Well, that's sort of. You can even see it in an actor if he is only doing it with a technique, or also it is because he is this art, or he become this person, the character.
Yes,
Is
absolutely.
it only a technique or not?
Totally agree.
Yeah, so I think that's sort of the wholeness of the art. It's a lot of work.
Absolutely, and growing, like you say, it's the holistic approach to your art. Is like I also say, and you mentioned the chakras and the balance, and it is also it's a discipline to prepare, like you for a show and for your role or whatever you're doing, and for me the same. And of course we discipline ourselves to work on our instrument and keep ourselves healthy and keep ourselves in a very good balance, spiritually and mentally. But when we are on stage, you have drilled into your profession, so it more or less the technique comes on an automatic. And so the ego has to step outside. And then you connect to the higher, to the soul flow, and allow the soul flow to take over. And so you give through your heart chakra with the soul flow, really conducting the show. So this is what I think and this is very important. And
I remember because I got the chance to dance Coppelia, which is a very classical role. And some people were very like, oh, that I got the role, you know, because I'm not a typical classical dancer. But I had the acting expression for the role, and actually it was Alan Howard. He was dancing with Ballet de Russe, and he was a ballet master with the Iceland Dance Company at that time. And I just had my older son, and he was only 10 months when I was dancing the role. And because he believed so much in me, this ballet master, and he said, you have to do this. You just have to lose 4 kilos. And then you do this and that, and I did that, you know. I was just, yes, I do it. And then we just, and it's sort of, and he said to me, what you're saying, when you go on stage to work with the heart chakra, and I was one day very stressed about this, you know, and he said, forget about yourself. You're not doing this for yourself. You're doing this for the dance. You are go on stage and you're doing this because of the love of dance. You're not doing this for you. And that completely changed my, you know, I'm doing it for others. I'm not doing this for me. You know what I mean? It's like
absolutely, you're giving
different attitude.
Yes. It's not for your stardom or glamour. It's because you want to present. You want to give your heart and soul through the dance to others who are receiving in the audience. Yes, absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there comes so much out. I've been working a lot with young dancers, and I like that a lot. And doing some improvisation with them first when I'm creating work with them, and when they get this freedom to be themselves, you know, when they feel the trust, you know, then there's so many things which comes out, which is so nice to see.
Yes.
I love it, you know, when that happens.
Yes, the unique expression that everybody has.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
And
All
not to
right.
live too much in the past somehow. Sometimes you like, I think that's also that to have it in mind that we can constantly learn.
Yes.
As a dancer, you know, even if I get 80 years old dancer, I think I can constantly learn to be a better dancer. Yeah, 80 years old dancer, but better dancer.
Yes. Yes. And like you mentioned the now, for example, when I'm singing, I'm perfectly in the now. There is no way I can be anywhere else than singing, and which is such a great thing, and has and like we started telling about the emotions, that you are cleansing your system regularly through this art, singing and dancing, and being in the now, connecting.
Yes. Yeah, but isn't that then a meditation also? Like because there are a lot of because now people meditate a lot today, you know, and it's a different way of meditating.
Absolutely.
So this is also like a meditation, you know, when you are really focused only here and now in what you're doing.
Yeah,
it's a meditation in a way.
Yes, and it's healing you, with the sound and the breathing and you moving and all of that. It's a healing at the same time. Yeah.
Yes.
And yes, anything else you would like to mention about your future? I just, it's been coming up while you've been talking that because, you know, dancers stop dancing when they're 40, maybe, like you say, and the prima ballerina is done, and a lot of singers stop singing maybe around 50, as not all, but when I was 50 and I was singing for an agent, and she said, we can't represent you because you're singing greatly, but you are 50, stop.
Yeah.
So, and I think this is so sad.
It's so sad.
This age, let's say age porn, like fear porn. But I saw some years ago that there is a company in the States, I can't remember exactly where, I think it was Florida, where they are actors and singers and dancers, old, and you had to be at least 70 in order to be part of this company.
Yeah, okay.
And I think, what's her name, who was in the Golden Girls, one of them, Betsy, I think her name is, was running the company. I think she's 99 or something today. And their shows were hilarious. They were always sold out, and great quality.
Yes.
And so maybe this is our future. Maybe we can do this.
Or also what I'm noticing also, I mean, there are a lot of like younger and elder coming together, different generations.
Yes, I love that.
You know, that they are, I think the older generations are seeing maybe very high quality or talent in some younger star, and they, like Elton John did, or I don't know, remember who it was, but who saw, you know, he thought it was a benefit for him to get a connection to this young person, to get also develop himself, like showing that, you know, he is still on and you know,
absolutely.
Still. So I think that also can be a very nice combination to have a completely different generation together.
Yes, because of course the young people, they also need to have role models and working with. I had the privilege of working also with a lot of elderly singers, and just enjoyed it so much as a young singer
Yeah.
on stage. And also what I love is when the art forms combine even more.
Yeah.
When dancers and singers and actors and all kinds are together on stage creating something beautiful. So
that's actually, I was going to have a premiere a year ago here in Harpan with Auður Gunnarsdóttir
yes.
and Snorri Sigfús, the pianist, and Ásta Guðmundsdóttir, she is a visual artist and fashion designer. And they are singing Wesendonck-Lieder by Wagner, all that together, and I was, I'm doing the dancing and choreographing and expressing the poems.
Yes, they're beautiful.
And also Maria Stewart, what she did in by Schubert.
Ah, okay. Wow.
Yeah, these two. So that's the plan for next, I don't know, maybe in 2-3 months, something.
Okay.
But what
that's
I
a great
think
idea.
also, what I think it's too much in the art that we are putting people into boxes, you know.
Yes, yes.
That's what I think it's hard. It was like that when I was younger, and I felt that towards myself, and I still feel it is like this, and I think we have to change this in some way, or be aware of it, you know, because because like in a way I was put in a box. I was not a classical dancer. I mean, the classical training is really important for a modern dancer too, and we did, and we always did that before. A lot of always ballet classes, and even Pina Bausch, who had this dance theater, her dances. I took an audition there once, and I nearly went into her company. That was my dream. And she always ballet class. You know, and we had to do that in the audition. But so I think yes, and when I got, I was dancing the Coppelia thing. I think some were like, no, she is not, you know. But I think it was because it was an outer person. Also, we came in and see different things, you know, because I think we are so programmed of, no, she is like this, he is like this, but we are changing. We are changing all the time.
Yes, yes.
We are changing every. The body is. We have completely new body in
7 years.
Yeah, the 3 months for our
cells. Yeah.
The cells are changing in 3 months completely. So
yes. I
mean, just that.
Yeah. And also just to try, I mean, like me being a classical singer is to exactly go out of the box. And for example, sing a cappella, sing without accompaniment has been my practice for now over 20 years. And it's been a great experience and also brings a lot of gifts into then the classical repertoire when you're singing with a pianist or on stage or whatever, because it gives you completely different experience, a different approach to your art and the voice and possibilities really. And then of course if you go further into healing work and all kinds of stuff, it's just we have to step out of the box and really find our unique footprints in the art.
Exactly.
And yes. And for example, singing a concert without a program, like I do too. And a lot of people in the audience, not a lot, but some, they just don't know what to do. They don't have the program in their hand. I mean, what's coming next, and how can I follow the text? And I said, just open your heart, just sit out and just let's be surprised. You know, just receive what I am bringing to you. So and for people who are very, very much in their head and in the program, it can be difficult thing to do. So, and it is, like you say, it's moving much more focus into the heart from the head. We are so much in the head.
Yeah.
So
much in the head, and we have to. Well, I think for myself, I always have to remind me, you know, when I see old notebooks when I was 23 or something, and then you know, because I keep some of them, it's like, yeah, wow, I have to remember this or that, you know, because we start to get again into some, you know, routine, or you know, I think we have to, you know, shake it up, dance, sing.
Yes.
Just to find new ways, in a way.
Absolutely.
For yourself.
Absolutely. And like you say, it's for joy first and foremost. It's expressing.
Thank you for saying this.
Joy.
Yes, it's the joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when we stop feeling the joy in our art, we might as well stop.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. Oh, this
maybe when the joy is the power, and then everything is like loosen up itself, you know, like competitions or whatever. You know.
Yes.
You know, or the judgment, or if the joy is there.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. This has been such a joy talking to you. I know we could talk forever. Yeah. Anything else you want to? Anything else you want to mention?
Yes, that I'm grateful for. I got to know you, because that has helped me to see new things. You know, I've been thinking for years how to get my voice more, or to get my voice more. You know, and that has opened up a new world for me.
Okay.
And I think we should be careful of the energy which is around us, that we choose the right energy into our lives. I think I just want to end with that. You know,
that's a good ending, to choose well.
Yeah.
How we what we surround us with, and
yeah, that's right.
And how we use it.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure being with you. And yes, thank you so much. And I hope I will see you when I visit Iceland. I hope I can visit in the spring. Then
yeah,
would love to have a cup of coffee with you.
Yes, soon.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much, Laura. And
thank you.
All the best with everything you do. May it turn to gold and diamonds everywhere you look. I know it will.
Oh, thank you. Same to you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.